Okay, let's see. Poseidon's wager. We're going to use GL2 because we want everyone to be able to play it. Create that folder. The most important thing is, can people see the cat? Cat is the most important thing. Oh, go look there. No one can see you. No one can see you. I'm sorry, no one can see you. Yeah. No, I have to turn you down a bit. Yeah. Okay, so what are the counts? You're on the book. I need the book. Yes, counts. Yeah. But you're on the book. You're on the book. I'm sorry, but I need the book. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, can we access? You might know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Now don't get upset with me. We need maybe this is what we have mapped out all the stuff that we're going to do using our good friend mind maps. So we have an idea, we've got a plan. If it's a good plan, I don't know. So I'm just busy creating all the base architecture that we're going to need. So I've written down what the systems are. So we need a game data to hold all our game states. We are going to need a player. It's always a good thing to have. We're going to have island. Then we're going to have a main map. We have to have a UI at some point, and we have to have some sort of sound system. I think that's okay. This one we'll do data. Nothing interesting about that one. It's just a normal node 2D. And it needs scripts. Then we need start player as well. Why not? Player. This can actually be area 2D. Aesthetic body. Technically it does move. Call this wave. Script to that. That's great. Islands. Now our islands, we're going to have and this will be our base scene, and that will be rigid body because we want gravity to take care of it. Now we have a whole whack. I'm not putting the art in this thing. I am not a good artist, so we are going to use somebody else's art. I was just testing it out last night to make sure it fits. Wow. Brain doesn't quite now. So I'll just put that there. so last night was playing with my water. Let's grab that as well. I made that myself though, but outside the 3 hours. I'm not terribly stressed. I'm not a good artist. That's not my thing. So that is fine. Let's grab this one. Grab those 2 files. Map. Okay, and let's go back to our friend over here. Figure that out for us. Okay, so we need a map, so now I'm going to create a new scene, and this scene will be called The Sea. I know, that's exciting. It could be a 2D scene, why not? That's the sea. And we are going to add Sprites. And texture. Let's move it over here. Center. Save it. Go to materials. New shader material. New shader. And then where did I save it? Gosh. This young gentleman here. This one. Hey, I put all the links, anything that I'm going to use, I'm going to stick in the description so that we've got, that anybody needs it, they can also use it. I went in shader parameters, file factor 1, so that looks kind of cool. Shoot is a little bit hectic, so let's just give it this. That's beautiful. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to add a color rig. Color rig. Just because there's a little bit of tearing. Where the wavy stuff happens, so we need that to be our color. So now we didn't load that, that's beautiful. Add-ons, you can do it. Color template, yeah, looks like that one. Download. Wow, we already 8 minutes gone, and all we've done is done nothing. Brilliant, well done, Colin. Well done, well done. That's okay. That's exciting, man. Okay, so this is project settings, plugins, enable. Thank you. Okay, so now I got the colored palette from Seagull. No, it wasn't Seagull. It was, yeah, Sea Flower. No, sorry, Sea Foam. Sea Foam. I'm not looking. Okay, anyway, so I am colorblind, so I need the names of stuff. Let's just copy this across again. I need to have music in my head, otherwise the voices start talking to me. And, yeah. So I'm humming along to music that you can't hear. Rock antenna. Yeah, rock container is your friend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfecto. So we got stick that in there. We got update pad picker. Yes, we love you. Thank you. Love your work. Goodbye. Okay, click there, click there, click there. Now suddenly we have a palette. Now, the problem is that I don't know which color I would pick. So it is this one. 3 plus 5. So I go there. Got that. That's perfect. Well done. Okay. So we've got a background. So we need another scene. We need this is our main. 2D scene sounds great. This is the map. And then we instance our C on that. You know what? Some days you must just listen and do what I tell you to do. Great, check it out. That's great, awesome. Now let's just tell GoDot that we want to select the project. I think it just needs a little bit more oomph. It needs a little bit more oomph. It's not as, it's not. Let's just take this to 1. Yeah, that looks better. Good. Sexy stuff. Okay. So let's do player control next. Now the player, let's switch our main instance of player. Okay, so this is going to be infinite rudder. So we're going to stick, for now, we're going to stick our key over there. That's good. Okay, so now he needs a couple of things. The first thing that it needs is we need a color rec as well. We're going to use this for testing more than anything else. We want that black space, great. Now the center is the important part of the ones. So size, let's make it X, let's make it 100, and I think it's 600 watt. Yeah. That sounds great. Don't want you to do anything with the mouse. Don't do anything with the mouse. Player. There we go. And then we need a collision layer. Collision shape. And here's the shape. And we need that. We're going to make this thing. That's 5, right? So it's half. And now that's fine. Sorry, no, it needs to be 250, right? Because it's half. And we can just stick that to the same. Okay, for now, perfect. Okay, so if we just run it there, we've got a black line there. Okay, so we're going to pretend that that's our wave, and then we're going to say now, when the mouse position is moving this way, the wave's going to go this way. If the mouse position goes this way, the wave's going to go this way. So that sounds great. But I don't want to do that on a player. we want to do that on the camera. Because the camera is the thing that's important here. And scene. 16, who cares? Okay, the first thing that it has is the canvas layer. Canvas layer. This will be a UI. Well, UI stuff will bound to that. Camera 2D. So this is going to. Whatever. I don't care. Who knows? Okay, so now that is great. This is the current camera. Okay, we're going to have to set these ones now. We definitely want smoothing enabled. So we want to be able to be in the middle, and we are only going to allow the player to go maybe 1/4 left and 1/4 right. I think that will give us a big enough playing area. So the right, okay, project settings, they're going to do a little bit of mathematics here. So our width is 1024. And for those playing at home, they can do math. I can't. 1024 divided by 2. That was pathetic, so we can figure that out, but anyway, 512. 512 plus 1024. Maths is hard, man. So right side, we only want to go that side. Left side, we only want to go minus 512. Top and bottom, we are going to set those to, because we're not going to actually move those. So they can be, what is the thing again? 600. So let's just make it minus 600 and bottom 600. No. Yeah, let's just make it. Just in case, I just don't want it to do that weird stuff. Okay, so we want to put this in the center, Mr. Painter. I know there's another way to do it. That's the way I know how to do it. Those are all fine. So our camera script. We want to move this okie in our main scene. So we're going to move, even though it's a static body, we are going to move it left and right, and we're also going to rotate it left and right. So we're going to add our camera in here. Stick it at the top because why not? So our camera is going to be, now I see, sorry. Let's go here. This one we need to. We might need to reduce our waves a little bit. Why not? Okay, so that's going to give us a nice viewing distance. Hopefully that will be enough for us to move. We're going to put some cones or something in the way on the, well, I don't know what we're going to put something there. So if the player's wave hits that point, then we know he's not allowed to do that. Okay, so this is going to then, I'm going to put in the camera, no, on this layer, I'm going to add a caloric. That one we're going to make the color, let's make it this lovely purple, and we're going to put it, move it, damn it, come here, let's stick you over there for now. Okay, so this, that is going to, let's put this, that's great. Let's just push the play button. I just want to see that everything is there, that's fine. Okay, so the idea is that we check the distance between here and how far we move the mouse this way will adjust the angle of our wave. Now there's some clever people that we don't need to worry about this. They've done some good sleuthing for us, but we're just going to use every frame, I think, every precious frame. Let's just get codes for open. Yo, we're an hour in and I haven't even finished it. I think this was a bit of a too big. Okay, let's try. What is it? That's not very useful. Is that in relative position or is that in global position? So we need to know what the distance is. So pause daily column. Let's just see what that is. I don't know if it's in oh, you know what, I'm gonna leave it. Right. So it's this one. This one dot distance. That's how it works? That doesn't sound right to me. That doesn't sound right to me. Let's see. Oh, wait. What have I done? This is our place. Oh, yeah, center point, coloring. Development's hard, man. Development's hard. Why am I being such an idiot? Why am I being such an idiot? Yeah, that's the right one, distance 2. Ah, I hate that. Dot distance 2. And then I want the mouse position, which is a vector 2. That seems logical to me. Call to non-existence rig position on the color rig. Oh, you know what? Oh, I don't know. Hey. Okay, so there we go. There's doing the thing, right? That's what we want to see. And it looks like it's pretty okay to what I want. The only problem that I've got is it's probably going to do some weird stuff when we start moving the camera. Oh, yeah. So now what we need to do is we need to clamp that so we don't get a really weird strange number, but we also need to know okay. Oh, my apologies. Thank goodness we read documentation. Does it make a difference? Yeah, it makes a massive difference. It's like really weird numbers. 2000 to 2000. Okay, well that's fine. It's bigger numbers, but it's faster. Faster is good. Always take faster over. Okay, so that's great. Okay, so now what we want to do is that distance. We need to know what the angle is that we're going to rotate it at. Now to do that, we're going to set up some bars here because we don't know. Export block. 8 o'clock. Woohoo! Half an hour in. export bar. So this will be max distance, and that will be float. And now let's clamp that at, let's say, 500. Why am I in this editor? Okay, so we want clamp takes a value, minimum and max. Okay, so we take our position and then we're going to clamp it. What is our minimum? 0 is our minimum, and our maximum is. Okay, so that's nice and easy. And lots of calls. So now we're not going to get like really big numbers. We don't want that. And we need to know which side are we banking to. Are we banking to the left or the right? Now that's easy. We just got to do a comparison between the two x's. So we can just go if x is greater than mouse position x, then we're going left. Left, and else we're doing right. Okay, that's great. What we need to do is need to tell somebody this. So we're going to do a signal. Because now what we want to do is we want to do thank you. And that's going to take an arg, and the args are going to be distance or amplitude amps, and we're going to do a boolean for left, right. That sounds great. Banking probably is not wrong, but anyway, that signal. We're going to send our position, and we're going to say, are we doing left? We're going to go true. We're going to come around and do a little bit more here, because now okay, so that's great. So now we want to move our camera with it. So we're going to and we are going to move our camera. Okay, so let's just do export and now let's just set it to 10 for now, and let's see what's going to happen. So that distance, the distance that we're moving, is then going to say how much we are going to turn. So maybe we need to actually have 10 feet max. into lerp. And lerp tells us we take a from variant to variant and then the weight, right? So our max distance that we can go is 500. So if we're sitting at 0 and we're going 500 this way, right? We are going to say our minimum, or our range that we're going to work with, is between speed of 10 and a speed of 50. Well, actually, speed 0. Let's just add another one. Turn speed lag. Because we're going to need that at some point as well. Okay, so we're going to lerp between this one, and this one. Right. And the distance is going to be whatever my position is divided by max distance. Right, so that gives us a ratio, and that will give us cam dot I forget again. You know, this is the problem. If you don't work with it every day of your life, you don't remember. That's why it's important to have code that we can look at. Townsville. See, now you're trying to work fast and you're not thinking. Really, Colin? Just, we can waste as much time as you want, really. That's the file wheel done. I think you're trying to make life more difficult than it needs to be. But the problem is, if we want to go left, we go add, and if we want to go left, no, sorry, left is no problem. And if we want to go right, plus. Let's see how that works. I don't know. Yeah. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Fast is deadly. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Fast is deadly. You still suck, Connor. I'm very disappointed. Why is it not working? There's a vector. What am I doing wrong? Obviously, you're not reading the instructions correctly. Invalid get index x. Oh, because I'm an idiot. Let's see if that works out. There we go. That's kind of weird, but that's exactly what we want. Okay, perfect. So now all we need to do is tell... Okay, so, all done. I think what we also need to do is we need to discount if my x, let's just make it if, because we don't really want, if mouse dot x is smaller equal to, now go back to our main map. Y. So if it's greater, hard coding that sounds like a really bad idea. So we'll just export for mouse x. Sounds great. Load. Equals that. And then you're saying that if it is smaller than that, just return. I don't care. Right? Like, we shouldn't. You made a boo-boo. All done. If x is smaller, x gets bigger. X, listen to me. Why can't you keep your x's and y's together? I don't know. It's always that thing, hey? Here we go. No. I am going to get very upset now. If y is greater, if y is less, we'll get there eventually. Eventually it'll all be 60. There we go. That's exactly what we want. Okay, now obviously that is a massive amount. We want it to be now a little bit more smoother. So probably our max is too high, eh? Yeah, so let's take our max. A little bit of tweaking here, yeah. I want it to be this. I want it to be this close. Okay. That makes sense to me. Yeah. So if we shorten this. So if we make this 100, right, and we make it like that, and we can see now some more tighter controls, right, and that's where the game's fun comes in, hopefully, is playing with this number, and maybe a little bit of that to, because this lag over here is going to affect our position. Alright, so we want to make the distance smaller, and then if you move the mouse wildly, it's going to go weird. That's what we want. Hello. Are you inspecting? Are you saying you're making so many mistakes here? We're making so many mistakes, I know. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, is we want to get the events. That sounds like a great idea. You do that. Map doesn't have events. You do that. You do that. Go away. And we actually, is there a way to define these things? This is, I know. This is a flute, and this is a boogie. You're happy with that? No, you're not happy with that. I'm not going to argue with you now. I'm not going to argue with you now. You do that. I know what these are. This is a float. This is a... Whoopsie. Sexy stuff. Okay, so go away now. Okay, so we're back here. So now we want to adjust the, what's the right word for it? This rotation in degrees, right? So we want to go left and we want to go right. That's our goal. So we are going to then set up some basic variables here. All variables that I want to adjust externally, I make them export variables. Anything that's internal that's not exported is local to the class. That's how my mind thinks about it. Export var, we want to have our max angle. Max angle, which is going to be also delete. And we're going to set that to be, I think, I don't know. Let's go 15 degrees. Yeah, 15 degrees sounds great. You can always adjust it. Export for min angle. Just because we might need it. Because I want to have that to be uncontrollable, right? Max angle. Okay. So we're going to get this. This is our amplitude, right? And this is our direction. So we're going to do the same exact thing that we did before. We are going to, we need a ratio though. The problem is we don't know what that ratio is. We don't know what the ratio is. For now, we're going to duplicate this line of code. Yeah. That's not right. Let's, because we're just making nonsense for ourselves here now. That, and that. We're just making nonsense for ourselves here. Honestly and truly, we're just making nonsense for ourselves. Project, autoloader, add game data. We're going to load the script in. The scene and not just the script, because we might want to, I don't know, do some other stuff. Who knows? We don't know what we're doing, so we're going to do what we're going to do. So these are now what I would term public variables, because we can't say what they are. So we're now just going to refactor this in data dot x distance. That's sexy stuff. Turning speed. Yeah. Well done. Just put this in there quickly. That looks sexy. Okay. So basically we're going to do the same kind of thing here. Over here, angle equals blah. Max angle. You know what it should be called? Max turning angle. Yeah? Max turning angle sounds better. That looks better. Max turning angle. Max turning angle. And minimum. And max distance pause. This is my amplitude. Okay. And that's my angle. Now we can just do a little simple thing that says if. You're not what you can see. Blah 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 blah, and then we're going to on ready bar, and this is when they call it player. We're going to just infer because I don't want to type stuff. Hey, what did we call it? We call it wait. I'm a professional here. Okay, so this will just be, now we are going to rotation degrees, that sounds right, rotation degrees equals, now if we're turning left, okay, let's just go back here, if we're turning left, we need to go minus 50, right? That makes sense. So we are going to, if left, we're going to go -1 times whatever this angle is, and else. Now we can do this in one line, right? That if else thing. However, I think that it's, oh yeah, I think from a readability perspective, it's not great. Like you could literally do this. Angle and G. If left, right, else, -1. Right, and that's fine. I just feel like it's not readable. I know, I'm so used to C syntax that syntax is a little bit jarring to me. Okay, that looks sexy, man. So that's going to happen every time the mouse moves. We are going to clamp it. Yeah, that sounds fine. So now if we push the play button. Am I doing wrong? Oops. Oh, you know what? We have to put this in the camera there, in the UI. Yeah, Cyber true story, eh? True story. True story. True story, true story, true story, true story, true story, true story. So this becomes local. So all my sexy code actually isn't needed. Oh, I'm so upset. Because I didn't remember. Canvas layer is the thing that doesn't move. We need a thing that doesn't move. Well done, Colin. Okay, but that's fine. There's nothing. No, go away. stupid scripts. There we go. Let's go back here. So that means that this bit of code over here, Control X, delete that, delete that. Back to camera. There. Let's just give it a function. Move away. And it's going to put those two. This is why it's so important to have. I think I bugged it up down. Yeah. On readies. How are we doing, man? How are we doing? We're almost an hour in and we haven't even got a game yet. Well done, man. Oh, this is amazing. Captivating. Okay. Just bug it around with movement scripts. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I almost want to call this deferred because it's like the way it's slapping too much. So why is that? Let's turn it into, it should be percentage, right? Yeah, that's right. So it feels like it's doing it too fast. Okay, but for now, let's not worry about it. We're already an hour in. It's like, you see, so there's too much of a it looks like a seesaw too much. It's too much seesawing. Probably because there's too little value here. You know, we've got 15 to 0. That amount of distance versus the range that we've got. No, we should be dividing that down into a ratio. We'll have to put a pin there. Let's see what's going on, because I don't understand why this doesn't look system. Obviously, we can put proper things in here. I'll put it like this for now. No, it's still giving me an integer value and not a float. That's a float. That's a float. Why are you not doing That's hard, man. That's 100. That's just hard, man. That's just hard. It's 100. I think somebody made a mistake. Somebody made a mistake. Oh, that's right. Just this distance is I force it to be a float, and I say that's a float, and we force it here to be a float. Stop being an integer. I don't want you to be an int. I forbade you to be an int. You're still an int. You suck. 100 over 100. We have obviously got something. So we've made a mistake somewhere. It's probably with this. Okay, we made a mistake somewhere. We made a mistake somewhere. Well, no, Miss Kitts never makes mistakes. She doesn't make a mistake. I have obviously made a mistake. Put 2 over there. Now you see, yeah, okay, yeah. It's the clamping. Oh, you know what? Remember, this thing is like a massive number now with that square root thing. That's why. My bad. My bad. It's like this is. My bad. So that is its maximum, 240 that side and 240 that side. Okay, my bad. I don't want to work with such big numbers. That's too big for my liking. That's too big for my liking. Really, that's too big for my liking. Max. That number. So fast. Whatever. 500 sounds great. So we want to get this max distance. Because my brain doesn't work anyway. Let's do it this way. So this pause. I know. No. Do. Make mistakes now. this works. Does that make sense? And then we clamp it. We don't need to clamp it anymore because now we're using this thing. What? That sounds reasonable. Oh, that's looking better. Here we go. Maths is hard, man. Maths is hard. Now we're moving all the way. Oh, I like that there's this massive gap before we actually start moving. But it might be because maths is hard. Yeah, that's fine. For now, that's workable. Okay. So, we're an hour in and we've got player movement set up. Well done! Okay, so let's spawn some islands and do some other bits and pieces. I'll be back in a few seconds. I'm just going to pause OBS because... How do I pause? I don't want to stop. Oh well. You'll be looking at a chair for a few seconds. Ah. Hello. Encoder. That's awesome. Yeah, I'll be back in a few seconds. Yeah, I use VS Code. VS Code is awesome. Font is there's a lot of things that are not so great about VS Code with GoDot, but I use VS Code every single day of my life. So well, VS Code and Jet-Going Rider is just awesome. So I'm more familiar with the shortcuts and the way it works than GoDot's editor. So, and the big thing, this is a bit of a ramble rant, but the big thing is, look at the size of this window. Even if you expand it, right, then now you can't get to your 2D scene because none of the stuff is there. I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Where this is the right size, and I can even make it bigger, and it's there. It's just easier. A little bit of force of habit, and also a bit of just being able to toggle between two things. It's just, to me, makes more sense. Okay, so that's we're running. We are now sitting at 1 hour and 11 minutes. Let's spawn some islands, man. Let's just spawn some islands. Okay. So we've got an island. It's got a rigid body. Now, what we want to do is we want to add a sprite. Okay, now, and let's just grab one of the islands, just a random one. So that's great. Look at that. That's just wonderful. Okay. Now, obviously, that's masses. So let's just transformation 0.5, 0.5. Oopsie. It wants a collision shape. And obviously, the best one is a round shape. And we're going to now swoop. Now, we're going to have a thing here, base, Okay, so this is going to be our base island. Base island, and we want to give the player bias, so we want to make their lives as easy as possible. That's that. Now, round shapes are not the base for this, but we will do what we can. Okay, so we need a couple of things in our island. Let's get so confused now. Base. It was a mistake to stick these islands there, but anyway, export. Right, okay, so we want the population, and that's going to be an int. I'm going to default that to 500. We want to have, so that's going to be our randomness about it. We are also going to put a multiplier in, which is going to be an int, and that defaultly is 1. Because what we want to do is, as the wave hits the thing, the amount of people that are getting killed, that gets added to our thing. We will have a global multiplier as well. The global multiplier will be a 1 as well. So if you manage to chain some islands together, then you are able to get that. So that sounds fine. What else do we need? I think that's it. So the big thing that we need to be able to do is gravity is going to be the way we do speed. So we are going to put all islands in a group chord islands. Okay, and we're going to have a method. The weight is 1. Gravity scale is going to be the thing that we're going to be using. So let's just create a function. And this is set move speed, which is actually our gravity. So this is our gravity factor. Floats, and that's going to return our weight. So that's just going to get self dot what is the variable's name? Gravity scale equals the gravity. So our speed, so we've got a couple of exports. We're going to call this game speed, which is my and we are going to have a function here up. That is going to be based on a couple of variables here. So we're going to have export wave speed. And our wave speed for now is going to be 1. And so we are just going to we want now the thing is this is in the wrong place, right? Yeah, we need to talk. Change speed. That's going to, okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a calculation here. So when we want to speed up, we're going to speed up by a ratchet, and that ratchet is the amount of power that the wave has. So just get a wave power. Wave power for now is 1. Okay, so that's going to emit signal, and that's going to be change speed, and the new value is going to be whatever my current speed is plus my wave power. That makes sense, that's great. So I'm going to speed up as my speed by power. Now, the way I'm going to do that is we're going to use the position of Y on the mouse to determine that. So that's fine. Wave power is equal to that, which is going to get set from something else. Change speed, that's great. So now we got a map here. We got unready. Well, unready equals game data dot connect, and it is check speed, self, to a function called change. Okay, and that change speed, it takes a new speed, which will be a float. And what we are going to do in the documentation, there is a function which I don't remember what its name is. It's called get groups. Yeah, that's what I thought. All groups. Yeah. Call group name and the method. That sounds great. That's exactly what I want to do. So it's self call groups, and the group is called islands, right? We made it islands. I think you did island. And the function is called speed, and the argument is that's is that only available for the whole tree? Do I have to talk to the entire scene tree to do it? That sucks. That sucks. Both for each member in the group. That is unfortunate. Why though? It should be on my current. Okay, so we are going to create a new node 2D. I'm going to call this eyes and spawn. Island spawner, and that that's you see, and that's a 2D. I like to do it this way. Because we get to play with variables. Okay. timer. This is okay, and that sounds great. Okay, now we've got these islands here 1, 13, 19, 20. That sounds great. Okay, so right, okay, let's go back now. Okay, so an hour and a half in and we still don't have a game. Exciting stuff, man. Oh, export for next time. Load, and that will be make something ridiculous. Sorry, we need something else from my friend GoDot. Please, can you give me a single timeout? Thank you. Go away. So this thing is going to get a list. So let's just export. This is just an array, and it's for price and cheese equals column. Just go 12. Now, okay. For now, that will be 25. That sounds great. Okay, and on base we want got our population. But we don't have sports texture. We'll preload all of these, I think. So that's fine. For now, we'll just stick to null. No, we can actually just grab this. Okay, and then on ready. Just call it Sprite. Ready bar. Sprite. Let's just call it Iceland underscore pick because that's what it is. Just find that to Sprite. Texture equals whatever the texture here is. So it's fine, our population is fine. So the other thing that we need is when the player is in contact. So now it's going to be a body entered and exit. So we need that one. And we need exit. And we need I don't think we need to worry about ships. That's fine. Mouse into mouse move. Now we don't care about that. That's fine. Okay. So now this is, that's gonna be that, that's gonna be that, that's great, that's great, that's great. So that's working for now. The dust spawner. So when we do an onReady, we're gonna create a new var here. This will be images. Island images, eyes and image, which is an array. Whoopsie. And blank, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to do for eaches. And we're going to then do this dot append preload, and we've got that link somewhere here. And then we're going to use our frame percentage S. Just load. One of them is allowed to take arguments, the other one's not allowed to take arguments. That makes sense to me. Okay, so when we do island, we need to now decide. We're going to launch the islands. Now, the spawning of islands is based on the speed, our current speed that we're moving through the world, because the faster we go, the faster the islands will fall. So we need to know what that speed is, which we've decided that it's going to be this wave speed, which actually I made a mistake here. Now, kids, why didn't you look at my thing and make sure that I wasn't doing a mistake here yesterday? Okay, now that speed for now is just going to be wait time since now the problem with doing it on that is we don't know. We're gonna have to again lerp that because we don't know what our max speed's ever gonna be. So that's a bit of a problem. We might need to add this to a factor. Now it's fun, I suppose. Okay, so this thing also needs to listen out for game data dot connect change speed self change speed. We're gonna have to fix this because it's not gonna work select. The reason for that is this speed is going to go up in increments, which is basically the weight of the islands. It's not going to be the same as the speed in which they spawn. So we're going to have to add a weight. Correct. Export weight, and for now I'm going to make it, because it's in percentage, you know, it's going to be a percentage, so let's make it 10 for now. No, it's got to go the other way around because we want to increase the weight of the island so it falls faster, but we want to decrease the time. So the maths is the other way around. I think so. I don't. So it should be 1, so it should be a time out of 10 seconds. Yeah, okay, that's all. We're running out of time. We're running out of time. Okay, so let's just create func. Create as that. Yeah, going to check. And we're going to use our base and copy that. We can actually preload that. Okay, so we know, because we bloody created it, that our spawner is going to sit over there. So we want to go parent, island, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to go get parent. And that would be, I think it's that way. Add I don't care. Go away. GoDot, what were you doing? What are you doing? Go away. Maybe the problem is that it's his own keyword. Okay, so now we know from base, we now need to get a random. Now, random numbers in me are not friends. I can never remember what their number between da 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 and da da da. Number da 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 da. Okay, so that's what we want. So this and start. I don't know what the variable's name is. Population is between minimum humans. Is this one? Whoopsie. And maximum humans is this one. And we want to also population. Okay, population, and then the island pick. There is actually a nice array function. It might be a little bit faster doing it this way. Documentation. It was get random value. See, you're wasting time for no good reason. It's this one here. Copy the max size and size. 0. Now I'm remembering if trying to remember now. Between 0 and 49. Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what. Okay, so that gives me a random image. That gives it passes onto. So that should just work. But now we need to get a position. So the position is okay. So this position equals vector. The x value is the one we want a variable, but let's just minus 100, just because we don't want it to spawn. So for now, let's just put there. Let's just test it. Is it going to? That's in seconds. Maybe we should change that weight. Wait. I don't have to wait so long. Wait time. That should do something. An hour and 45 minutes. We still don't have a game yet. I took like half the time already. Oh my word. This is not going to work out well. And I'll spawn it. It's not spawning. One shot auto start. You know what? It should have done it with the start though. Right? I don't know. I did tell it to start. Yeah, I know. I'm a professional. I do stuff for a living. Node, it's not a node. Yeah, okay. I must have made a mistake. Parent dot. I thought it was a node. Okay. Oh, it's a get node. Sorry, it's a get node. It's a get node. Get node, you can give it a name. Go with it. There we go. And that's beautiful. Check that out. That's great. Yeah, it's a bit hectic though. They're hitting each other and that kind of stuff. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm happy with it. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to divide the screen up into quadrants. So I want to do that. Okay, so now that's going to be an array. And I'm just basically want to put the starts. Right? So the first start will be in 0, 0. Then I'm going to divide it up into 6 quadrants. So our camera at the moment, our right is this. Right. Maths is hard. Because we can go another 5112 on the other side, right? Plus 5112 divided by 6 equals 340. So this one will be minus 340, right? Then it will be 0 basically. Then it will be 340. Right, then it'll be 340 plus 340. That's hard, 680. Then it'll be plus 340, 102, plus. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. So now we can just go and do that. Oh, no. We've got to do random. For pos x equals this value. And it's the same code as this. Size plus x plus, and then we're just going to add a little bit of randomness to this whole equation, and that will be well, 340 Maybe 250. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that with them. I'll buy that. There we go. We actually have a game. Okay, obviously we need to not have collisions. We do have something. Okay. That's almost the game. Okay. So the collision layers. Now you see, we need to collide, but we need to not stop the rigid body. And they mustn't collide with each other. So, where's our layers? So this is going to be the C. This will be power ups. Power ups. This will be islands, and this will be play. Okay, close. So islands. You are on islands, and you can only collide with player. And player, you are on layer player, and you collide with islands and power-ups. So now it's not what we want. Looks like it's the same image there. I'm very disappointed. Somebody random this is not randomized. Don't want this. I might have to change this rigid body into area and do the thing on. This is going to have to change. It's just going to be area 2D. Because we don't want it to actually affect. I don't want to affect they should just fly through. That's perfect. That's what I want. That's great. Okay, now what we want to do is over time, we need to slow down. So map and channel. And this is that sounds fine. So slow down. You're going too fast, man. Oh no, but this is actually based on something else. Wave drag. Wave drag. Okay, so my speed slows down. We see the signal to everybody and their brother. So now we're slowing down. Let's make this 0.25 now. I don't quite know how that's going to work out. Map. Slow down, slow sustain, data dots. Slow down. Okay. Now you know what's happening. It's affecting the gravity and it's going down. See, we cannot go maybe my variable that I was using isn't the correct one. Maybe we should change the weight. Because we don't want them to ever float up. Instead of gravity scale, let's try and play with the mass. So now the mass, okay, the mass is going to be massive now, right? So this should just like, it should just fall. Yeah, that's fine. But does it feel like they're getting slower? Yeah, I kind of feel like they're getting slower. Eventually, I think my spawn rate is too high though. We're still only getting one island. Oh, there are different islands. Yeah, well, that's good. Reasonably happy with that. We are at the 2-hour mark. We kind of have a game, but need some juice and we need to shrink the wave. And we still need to spawn good things. And yeah, it's going terribly, Miss Kids. It's going terribly. Yes, it's going terribly. Okay, so we kind of got that working, we kind of got stuff working. We need to now decide, let's do the impact. So obviously now we made a mistake. We can't use these. Shape 2Ds. Does this take an area 2D? Or we can do it the other way around. We can do it the other way around. It's okay. Player. Body entered. Body entered. Body exits. Body entered. Connect. And Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's just work with that for now. I want to just grab something that I've used before. We're going to have to put it in a center container. Center. This thing is brick. That thing's inside there. And that's in the center. I'm shocked. We need a control node, actually. This has more speed color. Fonts, where the, my goodness gracious me, did I want my fonts? I have no words. I have no words. I don't know what this font is, but I'm going to grab it anyway. Okay. Why that font? I don't know. I have no words. Is Is it a score though, or is it killed humans? Humans killed. No, for now that's fine. This is good. Copy node. Game data. No. I should actually push the UI completely out of here, but for now it's fine. U equals okay, and game data, we need to have a signal that says score change. And this is and that means we need export. Current score int, which equals 0. And then we also need a function and let's take current score back to 0 because when we come back we might want to speed. And that's it. So we want to have a function that says function add score. And that will be and that will just be current score equals plus that score. Right, and then we're going to get signal and that should change. Okay, so what else we got to do there? Now, obviously, it's a bit doff because now we've got. Oh no, player's not in the script. Oh, that's great. Yes, that's great. Var underscore x equals game data dot connect. We want change. New score. Now, what we want to do is we want to know what the equals. I don't like doing that, but I don't have a bit of value for it. So this value minus this value. So if diff is greater than 0, then what we want to do is we want to store plus numbers. Get that now. I don't know why you want to do it. Just do anything. But the main thing that we want to do is to dot text equals str of new value. Okay. Why are you upset? Yeah. Just pass, man. Just chill. You just chill. You just take a chill. We are running out of time here, and you worrying about things like that. It's not productive, really, honestly. I don't know where I saved it. I should have grabbed that file before I started. You don't want to copy the wrong one, right? It's part of the UI, I think. But the UI in this game is not in the right place because Game Jam game. 2 hours and 12 minutes. We are not making it, boys and girls. We are not making it. We're not making it. I'm sorry, but that is just not practical. Text dependency. Let's fix it now. Oh, great. Well done, Colin. Good crash, because it's like, oh my word, things are not in the same place. I don't know what's going on. Fudge text. You are fetching text. Oh, I really got a URL folder. There has to be a better way to do this, man. Right. Oh no, I don't remember this thing now. Is in group? Yeah. And it's Iceland. So if we're there, then we can do I think this thing is very confused now. You try. There we go. And it's body dot, and it is the island thing. And that's all we need there. And that's what basically is going to be successful. Okay, let's see if that works. What? Fuck. That's, what's it? Rick. This is for requisition. Oh, I don't have time for this. I wrecked. Thanks for that. Get the island. There we go. Kill some more things. There we go. Now we've got a game. But you know what's happening? Our spawner is not spawning. We need to spawn. Why is it not spawning spawner? Where is the spawning? Oh, spawner. This has more speed, Colin. This has more speed. A child. It needs to actually add the child to the UI because of that whole moving thing. UI. Now I think the problem is that it's going to okay, but it's not sexy. Where's that getting spawned to? It's definitely there, but we just can't see it. let's do it to the pen. No floaty text. Okay, that is not an issue that we're going to play with right this second. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to now know how much this is fine, this is working. Totally happy with that. This is only just wrapped around. It did, didn't it? Why is that? Because you don't know how to add columns. No, I am adding. I am adding. True. I have to make the hitbox a bit bigger, I think. 92, 106, 80, 80. Yeah, we've got a half an hour, and there's not enough features in here. I want it to be a little bit better. We've got a bug that I don't know why it is. Let's go and use just irritating. Why is it not working? Yeah, that's kind of cool, but it's broken to the point that I don't know why. Let's make this a bit bigger. The box is a bit small. And then just take this down a bit. So that's 100, that's 90, 30, 120. I think the problem is that there's no bloody mutex on this thing. Shonky code. It's still getting confused. It's calling it. You know what? There must be something that's disrupting this whole chain of events here. Does that get called by any chance? What would be calling it? Unless what's happening is that we're getting a population with a negative value. That doesn't make sense. Ah, there we go. This is now doing something a bit better. Yeah, that's... Okay, well, that was an interesting bug. I get stuck. You believe in what you see. You believe. Where is it? Ah, it's being bothered now, Colin. Now the problem is that we've got a half an hour. Only 3 hours long. We've got a half an hour, and we need to still make. We've got a scoring system though, but we don't have any. We don't have a fail state, and we don't have a win state, and we've got a lot of problems. You fail if you get. If the island you fail if the island takes too much power from you. So when your speed reaches 0, you die. So let's put that in. Let's stop it. That's it. So if the speed is smaller or equal to 0, then hashtag you die. You die. So to do that, we need to do a stick. And we can just put that. And map is going to listen for that signal, and connect you die, you be dead, and it's self. And it is now let's just make new scene. Oh no, we've got a scene. You died. And let's see, and we're just going to do a panel because we don't have time, and we're going to do full rec. Oh shit. This should change tabs. Sorry, my bad. This should be control. Rec. Thank you. So we're going to do, we're just going to show you your highest score and a button to replay because that's all we can do. And it's just going to be this your score and then a button. So that is the center container. And that's going to be full rec. And then we're going to add a horizontal box. No, sorry, vertical box. Vertical box, and that is going to have a horizontal box in it. And this is going to be stored details, and that's just going to have a label. No inches, and then we're just going to add another label. And because we've done that, control great, and here remember now if you can. Yeah. So that's now another box. No, does it really need to be a hard one to put down? We might want to put down. Okay. I need to make it. So now, you die. That needs to go. Can't remember. We fixed that. We can push it to a control code now. I think that's pretty much it. So now we need to make sure that we are reducing the slow down on the drag. It's going to immediately kill you, right? Because 0.25 or 0.75, yeah, so it should immediately kill you in a couple of seconds. Why not? I feel like you should be able to. Because I tell you to. That's definitely the right thing. You know what the problem is? There's an error in map that is preventing us from this is something that's also not good. Go load. I can't remember now. We need to run reset. I think it's happening too fast. So it's like getting a bit too much off. Let's just make this happen fast. No, that's way too fast. 15 minutes. So we basically have something, but it's not great. It's not great. It's not great at all. I want the feedback, man. We're not dying. Oh, we're not dying. Awesome source. Greater than or equal to -1. I also don't like that it's clumping up so much. But again, the problem is the timer is too much. Oh yeah, we broke something. We broke something. If this is smaller, equal to -1. Speed rate drag is okay. Let's just go through the checklist. What do we need to do still? Let's slow down our spawn rates. I think it's kind of a game. It's not brilliant. Let's create, we've got 10 minutes left. It's kind of a game. It's not brilliant. It's not brilliant. The question really is my mind, why is it not reducing? Why is it not reducing? My question is, why is it not reducing? This function is supposed to run slow down. And slow down sure, why is the drag so there's something that I don't understand. I think I made the same mistake here. Let's just write this out. I'm thinking that it's working like that's what it's supposed to do. You see, that was okay. Just keep on going. Okay, so now the next thing is we need to make it that if the island hits this little blue thing, then you die instantly. Why not? Map. Camera. Let's just go add area 2D, add collision shape, new shape, rectangle 1010, that's fine. Take this whole thing and move it over there. Let's just zoom in and go nice and big here. Collision shape, I suck at art, that's okay. This thing needs to, I am part of the sea and I want to interact with islands. Okay. Body entered. The moment that happens, I want to say function wave. I don't know, I'm running out of ideas here now, guys. Let's just say GoDot, because why not? And then here, let's just get out of this whole thing. Go back. Camera. So when something gets here, and I say if body dot is in group Iceland. 5 seconds to go, 5 minutes to go. If it's in this group, I want to do game object dot. We can actually do call preferred again. I think that makes more sense. And you die. Oof. Okay. So now that gives us another fail state, which is great. Now the next part is we need to move. Come on, there we go. And crash. No crash. Well done. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. That's exactly what I expected to do. Good job. Score 102. That is great. Try again. Give me a try again. That's great. Reset the query. Oof. But why is it not dying? Was working, now it's not. Oh, this is irritating that it doesn't move properly. Let's just collision shapes. That was definitely hit. I'm on this layer. I shouldn't need to be on that layer though. I should just need to be here. think it's that whole problem that might be that it's too small. It happens too fast that it's not getting. Okay, maybe it's just too small. So let's just check this collision. And let's bring it out a bit. Just before the wave. That's a lot bigger. It's still not colliding. Body entered, airship shaped. One minute. And we're done, I'm afraid. That is all the time that they allow us. Attempting to call a function remove child on base. Probably because I'm calling it too many times. Okay, well. Yeah, that is fun. 3 hours. And we got a couple of bugs and it's not working nicely and I'm not happy with it. But it's there, it's something. It's not great though. I wonder if we should just put a pause to it. I'm wondering if the call defer is actually what's causing those issues. We should not, maybe we should have this function do its thing immediately. And we should put a lock. We should put a lock on this. Oh yes, because we're not adding. We're not adding. when you score. And the wave power is 10% of score. Oh yeah, well this is not what I wanted it. I should have killed me. Whoa! Ah, well.